Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where I'm going to share with you some outdoor and garden activities which you can do with your toddler, or if your child is younger and older than that, I'm sure a lot of these activities you could also incorporate into your play as well. So I'm really excited actually to be sharing and talking to you about this because it is now officially spring, which is so exciting. I love spring. I think it's probably my favourite season, but it kind of means that there is kind of longer days ahead, warmer weather, more sunshine, and of course there is still going to be rain, I know that, but it does mean in general that you're probably going to be able to get outside a bit more. So me and Arthur have been in the garden a lot recently, and I will apologise because my voice isn't sounding great because I have a cold, but because of that I haven't actually been going on day trips, but it's been really nice because we've been in the house but just in the garden a lot, and Arthur has been absolutely loving it, which has kind of inspired me to film this video with you and kind of share the things that we've been enjoying and some other ideas as well. And a lot of these ideas I really wanted to kind of share the more simple ones, the ones that are quite quick and easy to do. We haven't got a big garden, so don't worry, you don't need loads of space or loads of toys or to spend loads of money. I just wanted to share some kind of like easy and simple garden activities for you. You could also take some of these outside, so if you go out for the day or if you just go for a little walk, then a lot of these you can kind of do that as well. Obviously not everyone has a garden, or you might have a shared garden, or you might just have a balcony, but some of these you'll be able to do, but otherwise some of these you could definitely take outside with you too. So yes, I really hope that you enjoy watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like watching mum life videos. I'm gonna film another video about indoor activities as well. But yes, please don't forget to subscribe. But without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into it. The first outdoor activity which I'm going to share with you is water play. So of course you can have a water table, which Arthur does have, but last summer he didn't have one. I think we got it kind of, or it's the very end of summer, maybe beginning of autumn. You could just play with water anyway, but you know, get some like Tupperware boxes, like lunch boxes, jugs, like pots and pans. You can still have a lot of fun with water without having a water table. But having said that, if you do have space, I would encourage you to get a water table if you don't have one already, because Arthur absolutely loves it and it keeps him occupied for such a long time. It really, really does. It comes with, or his, and I'm sure probably a lot of them do, come with a lot of toys, you know, little like watering cans and different things to play with. But yeah, you can like obviously add your own toys to it as well. But it's definitely something that he really does love. Another idea is a paddling pool. So I didn't want to touch too much on that because that's kind of like toys and equipment, and also the weather isn't quite warm enough. But obviously, if you don't have a paddling pool, then you can get them so cheap. Arthur really enjoys that. So when the weather does get a bit warmer, I'm sure he will definitely be in his paddling pool. But you know, even if you don't put water in it, even if he doesn't like sit in it, you could probably still play with things in it. I don't know, maybe you could get some like fish and play like a little fishing game. Yeah, you can still have lots of fun. So if you've got a paddling pool, that might be something you can kind of utilise for a bit of water play as well. Of course, it being outside, there is lots and lots to look at in terms of nature. So this is definitely an activity that you could do even if you weren't at home. You know, if you just wanted to go outdoors, maybe for like a little walk somewhere or something, just have a look at nature, what's around you. What I have recently bought for Arthur is a little pot which you can kind of find anywhere. I found ours in Asda, I think it was £2. You can also buy magnifying glasses as well. And yeah, it's like a little pot and the lid is like a magnifying glass. Now Arthur is only 2 and I didn't want to put live animals in there, but obviously, you know, if your child is a bit older, you could look at live animals and things like this. But obviously I didn't want Arthur to like pick up live animals, because his little pot came in like little pliers. So we were picking up empty snail shells, which he actually really loved, believe it or not. I know it sounds a bit random, but it actually was a lot of fun for him to use the pliers to find the snails, to talk about them. Then we could look at different shells, like different patterns and different colours. Obviously, if you have got any books that relate to, you know, what you're doing, like snails, but you know, other animals and plants, you can kind of relate that back, you know. So if you do go back inside or bring the books outside, you can have a little read and just have a kind of conversation and like look about the different colours and the different things that you have seen. Another outdoor or garden activity that Arthur really enjoys is watering our plants. And in general, you can kind of get them to help with a bit of gardening, you know, a bit of like gardening. But yeah, it's just fun for them really. Arthur last year wasn't walking He wasn't walking until kind of like the autumn, so he didn't ever really like get to explore the garden that much. So this time when he can like run around and he can water the plants by himself, he really loves it. Last year we just used to have to carry him and he would like do his little watering can, but now he can actually walk up to the plants himself. And yeah, he absolutely loves it. Another kind of similar thing that you can do is actually get them to plant a flower. So you can get seeds, or you can get like little seed balls or like seed pods and stuff, which is a bit easier for them to kind of hold and see. Get a little plant pot and put it in, and then obviously they can water it, and then over the course of however many weeks and months you can see that plant or flower grow. Another nice idea that you can do, which I haven't yet done with Arthur but I hope to do, is you can actually get them to paint their own flower pots, which obviously would work well with planting the flower as well. An amazing activity which Arthur absolutely loves, which you could do this inside as well, but for outside it's probably better, I think, is bubbles. Arthur loves bubbles. He's loved bubbles, you know, ever since we first did it with him, which you can do, you know, if you've got a child much younger than Arthur, you know, you've got a baby. Bubbles are amazing because it's something for them to like look at and watch, and as they get older they will also like, you know, try to grab them, and then, you know, they'll also try to pop them with one finger, which Arthur does now. So yeah, we just get outdoors, we just get in the garden and just start blowing bubbles. He loves it, so he'll have one and I'll have one. You can also get a bubble machine, which we do have, it just like chucks out loads and loads of bubbles. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Arthur absolutely loves it, and that's something that keeps him occupied for, I don't know, because you kind of lose track. I've never timed it, but yeah, it does keep him busy for a really long time. Also, I think that's something which, again, you don't need lots of space for. You can do it wherever. You can even take them out with you. So last summer, I'm sure we'll do it again this year, last spring and summer, we used to take Bubbles out with us sometimes on day trips. Obviously be careful, because, you know, if you're too close to other people, they might not appreciate Bubbles like flying in their face. But yeah, if you are somewhere which is relatively quiet or you've got a bit of space, then definitely take your Bubbles with you. Another outdoor activity is kind of like a messy play mud kitchen type idea. So we don't have a mud kitchen, so you can buy them, you know, like you buy the indoor play kitchens, you can also get ones for outdoors as well, which are great, and I would love one if we had the space, but we probably don't really have the space, to be honest. But what you can do is just get pots, you know, like mixing bowls, big spoons, or like whisks, and then you can just put in different bowls. Get like some lavender, you might get some like herbs, we've got some rosemary in our garden. You could also put, you know, mud in if you want. Obviously with all of these activities, if you don't feel like it's safe for your child, you know, in case they put something in their mouth, then obviously you have to take that into consideration. But yeah, water, get some plants in there, get some maybe like flowers or petals. But yeah, just have fun really. They can like, you know, mix it up, they can pretend they're making potions, or they can pretend they're making soup or something, and that is really a lot of fun. You can also take any kind of messy play out into the garden. So I have done a whole video about messy play, kind of sensory play ideas, which I will leave linked below for you. So you can take any of that outdoors. We still have our tough tray, which is like a builder's tray. It's about 1 meter wide, and it's just helpful to kind of contain everything and keep it all in one place. Recently I have also used some jelly bath. So this is a really great kind of sensory messy, it's like kind of a, you get different ones, but it's kind of like, it kind of almost looks like a slush puppy, and that's what it looks like. It kind of feels slightly slimy, feels nice and cold. They come in all different colours, you can get colour changing ones too. And obviously you might be able to tell from the sounds of it, you can't actually put it in a bath. But yeah, I've never done that. I think you've got to be quite adventurous to do that, quite brave. But yeah, it's just great. You can just do little like setups with it. So my original one was green, so I wanted to do like a dinosaur one. The one I've got now is bright blue, so I've kind of done like, you know, maybe a beach theme sensory play, or anything really, you know, just get some bowls and some spoons. You know, get like different like pouring containers, add a bit of water with it as well, and that is really fun for Arthur, and it's just something a bit different. Also, if you are slightly nervous about doing any kind of like messy play inside, because obviously it is messy, then, you know, you don't need to worry quite so much when you're outside. This is fairly obvious, but I just want to mention ball games, because I think maybe sometimes it is, you do kind of forget like the obvious little games, but even just having a ball out there is a lot of fun for Arthur, you know, just throwing it around. We did buy him a little slide really recently, actually, like literally last week, which he loves, so that's good as well. If you've got like space, a little slide, I think it was 30 or 40 pounds, so you know, it's not a lot of money, but that was a lot of fun. But yeah, he likes rolling his ball down that. You can also get maybe like different containers and different balls, and it'd be a good idea to kind of get them to colour match, so try and get the red ball in the red bucket, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I've been doing with Arthur recently as well. If you have a patio, you could even consider doing some chalks on there. So, you know, I'm sure when you were younger, I used to do like hopscotch on the floor, that kind of thing, you know, so you could do that, or they can colour it in, or they could just draw whatever they want to and just kind of let their creativity take over really. But chalks are a really good one, and obviously they do come off in, you know, if it rains, or you can obviously get some water on it and remove it all, but that's always a lot of fun. You could also have like a separate section of fence if you have this, you know, available to you, and they could paint on it, or they could chalk on that. Obviously if it's paint, and you know, it might not come off, but you know, you can buy things as well to kind of like put on your fence as well, so it's kind of like a temporary thing. Or you could even pin up some paper or cardboard, something like that. You can also buy outdoor chalkboards, which you can kind of, I guess, screw on to the fence, you know, or the posts within the fence, and that's good, so they can kind of take their like colouring stuff outdoors as well. Or for kind of a mess-free alternative to that, they can actually paint with water. So if you get a big paintbrush, like a paintbrush you would use to paint your walls with, and a big bucket of water, they can just paint the fence, and obviously it's still fun, it's still creative, but it's mess free. It's quite fun kind of seeing it dry as well, and it's just really, I mean, how quick is that? Obviously it is, you know, there's no setup. I think a lot of these I just wanted to share with you because they're quick to set up, because you don't always have time, or you know, if you've got a toddler that's like running around and you know, they're all excited, they don't want to be waiting ages for you to set something up. So painting with water is probably like the quickest thing ever. Sticking with that theme, you could also do some rubbings. So if you've got something interesting, you could, you know, some sort of like interesting stones or your patio, or I've done some rubbings on, we've got like a stone tortoise, so I put a bit of paper over and just like rub the crayon so we can look at all the patterns that come up, but that's quite interesting, something a bit different. Again, that is something that you could take outside, you know, if you're visiting somewhere, you know, and you see something interesting, you could do some rubbings as well. Now this next one, I admit I haven't done yet with Arthur, but it's painting. So doing painting like you normally would, but rather than use a paintbrush, you can actually tie some either like sticks or flowers together. So you can tie just like a little bunch of stuff, and then you can like dip that in your paint and paint with it. So it's just something a bit different really. Painting with flowers and sticks, it just adds a different element to it, and it adds that kind of element of nature, which I think is really nice. I think exploring nature for children is so important, and getting them to kind of learn about the outdoors and about trees and about plants, I think is lovely. So yeah, all of these kind of, you know, you can incorporate different elements into it, but painting with sticks and flowers is one I haven't done yet, but it is on my list of ones to do. And then the final outdoor or garden activity that I want to share with you is if you have any big cardboard boxes, bring them outside. So play with them indoors is great as well, but also bringing them outdoors if the weather allows, then it's just so much fun. They can even sit in it and they can paint on it, and they can just do what they want. It's like a blank canvas. We've got a really big box from the slides that we bought, so yeah, it's just a lot of fun to kind of do whatever they want on it really, but that is a lot of fun as well. So those are all the outdoor and garden activities that I want to share with you today. I'm sure there are lots more that I could think of and that we do, but those are kind of the ones that we've been doing very recently and the ones that we enjoy. If you have any other ideas, then please do comment down below, because I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure other people would as well. So yes, please do leave any ideas or any activities that you like doing. If any of these that I've mentioned you enjoy, please let me know your favourite one. I'd really love to hear. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I'd really love to have you here. Obviously you've been hearing me talk about him, but yeah, Arthur is too, and I share lots of day in the life vlogs, things I'm learning or reviews, or kind of like mum hacks, mum tips our routine. I also post food hauls as well and some kind of meal videos. So I would really love to have you here. I will leave linked below kind of videos that relate to this one, like other play ones that I've done. I'm also planning on filming another activities video, but ones that are inside. So as I said, you know, spring is here, but as we all know, that doesn't necessarily mean that the weather's going to be sunny every day. We're definitely going to still have some rainy days. So yeah, I really want to film that one soon. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.